Bosnia is a country in South and Southeast Europe located within the Balkans. Sarajevo is the capital and largest city. The third day of riding took us along various interesting places all the way to Montenegro and the city of Kotor.
Looks like it's going to be a lovely day. When you are not riding, it is a bit hot. Should be no more than 30 degrees here in Bosnia today, but still it feels much more. Anyway, we'll go to explore places today, and hopefully by noontime we are going to cross the border to Montenegro, which is really not so far away. All those countries are so close to each other. Bosnia is a very interesting place. It is the mixture of the population is almost 50-50 Muslims and Christians, and even between the Christians there is difference. So far they managed to live together somehow. Yes, it's not easy here, but life has its power, and it is such a beautiful country. Look at those hills, small villages, twisty roads. It's sort of a motorcycle heaven. That looks like a very nice castle. I always have thoughts about those places, people who lived here a long time ago. How did they live? What did they do? It sounds romantic, but I guess they had hard life. I don't know if I would like to be here at those times, but maybe to visit for 10 minutes, see what they were wearing, what they were eating, how did it smell, should be interesting.
The place we came to visit is Poshitei. It is located on the left bank of the Neretva River on the main road from Mostar to Metković, in the north of the town of Kapeliņa. Its historic urban center dates back to the 14th century and is a protected national monument. It is assumed that the builder of the fortified town and the founder of the suburban settlement was the Bosnian king Kotromanić in 1383. It was built on a steep stone cliff on the left bank of the Neretva and was expanded in several stages. There was a medieval construction and construction during the Ottoman Empire, from the 16th to the 18th century. In the period from 1463 to 1471, the Hungarian army was stationed in Poshitei. For a full 5 years, the Christian defenders of Poshitei resisted the Turkish force, but on September 19, 1471, the fort fell as one of the last strongholds of the Duke's land. After the Turkish occupation, Poshitei, due to its strategic importance, became even stronger, and in the next 450 years of occupation until 1878, it gained an oriental trick. The tower, which still guards the narrow passage along the Neretva River on the way from the sea to the interior, has been the guardian of the history of this region and its people for 550 years. The complex was badly damaged during the Croat-Bosnia conflict in the 1990s. In January 2003, the historic urban area of Poshitei was declared a national monument of Bosnia and Herzegovina. We of course climbed all the way to the tower and admired the breathtaking view. Whoever ascended the narrow steps to the top could hear me telling the story of the first Jewish family to settle in the city. Like always, the story had some problematic credibility since no historical documents were found to prove its truth. Unfortunately, upon leaving the premises of the old city, we encountered an unpleasant event with an owner of the nearby restaurant who thought he found a group of tourist suckers and tried to charge us each for parking our bikes in the public square. We declined his demands and took off when in the background we could hear him shouting some anti-Semitic curses. We left our bad feelings behind and took off to another interesting place, Balagash, the dervish house. The Bosnian summer was too beautiful to be upset. The dervish house, Balaga, is a village in the southeastern region of the Mostar Basin in the Herzegovina-Neretva canton of Bosnia and Herzegovina. It stands at the edge of Bishop Lane and is one of the most valuable mixed urban and rural structures in Bosnia and Herzegovina, distinguished from other similar structures in which urban layout. Blaga was most likely named for its mild weather pattern since Blaga in Bosnian means mild. Blaga is situated at the spring of the Buna River and a historical teke, or dervish monastery. The Blaga teke was built around 1520 with elements of Ottoman architecture and Mediterranean style and is considered a national monument. Blaga teke is a monastery built for the dervish.
So off we go all the way to Montenegro. Distance is something like 1 hour and 40 minutes. This place is rather touristic, not much to my like, although it's very beautiful. Nice bridge to cross.
So we left the holy Muslim site and took a small detour through a small forest and joined the big roads. We rode from one dormant village to another. It was good time for thinking, all the way to the Montenegrin border.
As we are riding, I noticed that the weather is changing. It's getting more grey, cloudy. Although those clouds don't look like rain clouds. Hopefully we won't have to do with that. It's not that I mind riding in the rain, but it's really not that much fun. There is nothing like a remote, twisty road in the mountain to put a smile on your face. These villages, they look deserted, like nobody lives here.
As we got closer to the border with Montenegro, the temperature rose to something like 36 degrees. We rode most of the time alone until we reached the Bosnian checkpoint, which was rather crowded.
We reached the border with Montenegro, So now we are standing in line. Let's see what are the requires here. Traveling in the corona time is a bit challenging, because we had a rumor that might need might need to show a PCR test in order to get in. So we all got it just before we left home, and let's hope that everything is okay. We have all our vaccination certificates, of course, but that might be a game changer here. Let's see how does it go. Meanwhile, I can tell you that the temperature here is 30 degrees. It's rather hot, but the road over here was very nice. So I will turn off the camera now, and because these guys usually don't like you taking pictures here, and I will hopefully see you again after the border crossing. Okay, it took us something like 45 minutes. Bye bye Bosnia, welcome Montenegro. They didn't ask anything but the passport and our green cards, and so we can go on now and enjoy the twisty roads of Montenegro. Everybody here, high spirits. Welcome Montenegro, here we come. It was nice. They didn't ask for any COVID information, neither the vaccination test that we have, nor the PCR test that we took. So it was really easy, and they were even very nice and friendly. So Montenegro, we like you so far. Oh, the road is beautiful. Look at that. I can see a monastery up on this mountain. Maybe we stop for a little prayer. Who knows? I must say that the condition of the road so far is much better than the Bosnian ones, but this is yet to be seen. We'll check it out and see how it goes.
Immediately, as we entered Montenegro, we sensed a change in the atmosphere. The mountains were higher, and the roads were like out of a fairy tale. These roads were specially made for motorcycles, I have no doubt. When you ride such good roads, there's always the dilemma of whether to go fast or go slow and enjoy the view. I think I favor the second, although I was tempted more than once to challenge the GS that was doing a fantastic job. Fully intoxicated from the ride, we stopped for a small break in a local restaurant. Some of us, like Yadin, were more tired than the others. Well, as they say, all good things come to an end, and rapidly we were getting closer to our final destination of the day. We stopped for a few minutes before the descent to the beach to admire the road that will take us to the city of Kotor. And this is exactly where everybody lost control, and I can assure you there was no alcohol involved. We didn't care it was hot, we just had fun. So we rode along the bay and stopped in Perast. It's a small town with beautiful beaches. Some had something to drink, but others, like Kobe and Zar, took a kayak, God knows where they found it, and explored the bay. Others, like Ran, just jumped into the water. It didn't take us long in order to get to our final destination of the day, the city of Kotor. Kotor is a coastal town in Montenegro. It is located in the secluded part of the Bay of Kotor. The old Mediterranean port of Kotor is surrounded by fortifications built during the Venetian period. It is located on the Bay of Kotor, one of the most indented parts of the Adriatic Sea. Some have called it the southernmost fjord in Europe, but it is a ria, a submerged river canyon. We entered our hotel, in which the Emperor Napoleon used to stay. This time it was not my invention, by the locals who swore on it. We had a strange dinner that was based on mules and wine, and went to explore the city at night. As I was walking along the long, elegant and dark corridors of the hotel, it crossed my mind to tell the story of the beautiful opera singer who became mute in front of Napoleon in this hotel. Ran said that he saw her ghost in his room. Even I didn't believe that story. That was enough for the day. If you liked that movie, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe down below, and join us in the next episode that will take us through beautiful roads of Montenegro under hard rain and back into Bosnia.